My friend, morning. It's not just the ticking of the clock. It's not just another line on a calendar. Morning is an invitation. It's the curtain rising, the stage set, waiting for the play of your life to begin again. Every time the sun climbs over the horizon, it whispers, "Begin again." And inside that whisper, there's a choice. You can drag yourself out of bed heavy with yesterday's shadows, or you can rise with intention knowing this moment will never come back. The Stoics called each morning a gift. Not a gift to keep on a shelf, but a gift to practice. Practice wisdom to see things as they truly are. Practice courage to face what others fear. Practice presence to live fully, not waste away in the noise. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who carried an empire on his shoulders, still reminded himself each dawn, "When you wake up in the morning, remember what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Pause for a second. Ask yourself, have you ever woken up with that kind of gratitude? Or do you reach for your phone, drowning in notifications, emails, and pressure to run faster in a race that never ends? Here's the truth. The way you begin your morning shapes your entire day. Start in chaos, you'll carry chaos. Start in hurry, you'll carry hurry. But start in stillness, gratitude, awareness. Then even the storms cannot shake you. Think of your morning like an architect's table. Before the building rises, before the stone is laid, there's a blueprint. Your routine is that blueprint. Without it, your day builds itself in disorder. With it, your day becomes a structure of strength, of clarity, of purpose. And that's why I'm here with you. Not to hand you life hacks, not to force empty rituals, but to share with you 10 morning practices rooted in Stoic philosophy. Practices that can transform not just your mornings, but the way you live your entire life. Each one is simple. Each one is powerful. Each one has been tested across centuries, lived out by souls long before us, and they still hold truth today. I invite you to walk with me, step by step, practice by practice, like crossing a river on stones, each one carrying you closer to the other side, closer to mornings that are steady, clear, unshakable. And remember this, every sunrise is more than the start of a day. It's a chance to rewrite yourself. So will you let your mornings slip away on autopilot, or will you claim them as a weapon, as a gift, as the foundation for the life you're building? In this video, I'll give you 10 practices, 10 steps, 10 habits that can transform your mornings and through them your life. So sit back, take a deep breath, and get ready for the journey, because the sun is rising, and it's time for us to rise with it. Practice number 1. Begin with stillness. Have you noticed this? The very moment you open your eyes, the world rushes in, the alarm blares, the phone buzzes, notifications explode across the screen, and your mind, before it's even awake, gets dragged off like a boat tossed into a raging river. But the ancient Stoics, they chose another way. They taught that the first courageous act each morning is not to rush into work, not to dive into responsibility, but to pause, to begin in stillness. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." And he was right. Because before the world has the chance to shape you, you must shape yourself. Picture this. You're a warrior at dawn. Before the battle begins, you don't just charge in unprepared. You sharpen your sword. You steady your breath. You reclaim your ground. That sharpening, that breath, that calm, that is stillness. And you can find it anywhere. On the edge of your bed, by a window, or simply behind closed eyes. Breathe in deep. Feel your chest expand. Breathe out slow. Notice your heartbeat. And let thoughts drift by like clouds crossing a quiet sky. In that silence, there is power. The power of presence. A mind that begins in calm will carry calm. A heart that begins in steadiness cannot be shaken by storms. But if you begin in hurry, your day will be hurried. If you begin in chaos, your day will be chaotic. If you begin in fear, the whole day becomes another reason to fear. That is why stillness is not weakness. It is strength. It is courage wrapped in quiet. It is you declaring, I will not be swept away. I am here. I am present. I am steady. And you don't need hours. You don't need rituals. You don't need the perfect setting. Just 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Even one conscious breath can change everything. So let me ask you, this morning, did you give yourself even a single moment of silence, or did you let the flood of emails, headlines, and noise claim you before you even began? If not, try tomorrow. When the alarm rings, don't grab the phone. Let it stay quiet. Close your eyes. Breathe deep. Listen inward. And remind yourself, I am not my worries. I am not my fears. I am present. I am steady. I am ready. Over time, this practice becomes more than a pause. It becomes a refuge, a temple within your own soul, a place you can return to no matter how loud the world becomes. The Stoics knew this truth. Morning is not for racing. Morning is for fortifying the soul. And stillness, that simple act of presence, is the strongest foundation you can build for your day, for your life. So tomorrow when you rise, don't rush. Choose stillness. Breathe deep. Return to yourself. And remember, stillness is not emptiness. It is strength. It is wisdom. It is courage disguised as calm. Practice. 2. Morning gratitude. My friend, have you ever woken up and the first thing that hit you were the things you don't have, the goals still unfinished, the debts, the deadlines, the dreams that feel so far away? If that's you, you're not alone. Most of us start the day trapped in this loop of scarcity. And what's the result? A day filled with worry, with disappointment, with stress. But the Stoics offered another path. Simple, yet profound. They said, begin the morning with gratitude. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, do not dream of what you lack. Be thankful for what you have, because if it were gone, you'd pray to have it back. So pause. Ask yourself, how many treasures are already in your hands? Treasures you've stopped noticing. You're breathing. You have a roof overhead, a warm bed, a cup of tea, a friend, a loved one. These are not ordinary. These are miracles. But when we forget to see them, they fade into the background. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It means seeing the light inside the mess, finding joy even when things don't go your way. You might lose a job. You might fail a project. But you still have health to rise again. You still have time to start over. And that, my friend, is a gift many would give anything for. So try this simple practice each morning before you leave your bed. Close your eyes. Whisper 3 things you're grateful for. Today, it could be the birds outside your window. Tomorrow, the warmth of your coffee. The next day, the chance to test yourself in something new. 3 small things, but enough to shift the lens through which you see the world. You might ask, does this really change anything? The answer, everything. Gratitude won't erase your struggles, but it makes them lighter. Traffic isn't a nightmare. It's a chance to breathe, to listen to music. A difficult client isn't a burden, it's training for patience. When your mind remembers how much you already have, life stops breaking you so easily. Gratitude teaches us this. Life isn't only about gaining more. It's about recognizing I already have enough. Enough to be happy now. Enough to live fully today. And here's the truth. Gratitude doesn't just make you stronger. It makes you more human. When you honor life, you honor others. When you value the small, you bring light to those around you. So tomorrow morning, try saying this: I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful to breathe, to think, to love. I am grateful for one more day to experience this world. Simple, short, but powerful. And if you practice it long enough, gratitude stops being an exercise. It becomes your natural lens, your default way of seeing. And then you realize you don't just have more. You are more. More joy, more resilience, more strength. Remember, this gratitude is not a luxury. It is the foundation of a strong, steady life. Practice. 3. Speak kindly to yourself. Have you noticed this? Before the world even says a word to you, your own voice speaks first. The moment you open your eyes, it whispers, "You didn't do enough. You're not good enough. You're going to fail again." And so your day begins, not with encouragement, but with criticism. Not from others, but from you. The Stoics knew this truth. Your inner voice can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. It can lift you up, or it can bury you, and the choice is yours. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, filled his journals not to boast, but to remind himself. He wrote to guide his own mind, as if a teacher was whispering to a student, and that student was himself. So why is it that we are often harsher with ourselves than with anyone else? If a close friend came to you, eyes full of fear, saying, "I feel weak. I feel worthless," would you insult them? No. You'd comfort them, encourage them. So why not treat yourself the same way? Speaking kindly to yourself is not indulgence. It's not lying. It's honest encouragement. It's reminding yourself that you are not defined by fear or failure. You are learning. You are evolving. Every mistake is just another step forward. So start simple. Each morning when you look in the mirror, say to yourself, "I am strong. I am learning. I am worthy." At first it might feel strange, but repeat it long enough, and these words become seeds. Seeds that grow into belief. Belief that grows into strength. Strength that grows into resilience. Because words shape perception. If you repeat self-criticism, you will see yourself through the lens of failure. But if you plant words of kindness, you will see the power already within you. The Stoics didn't deny weakness. They faced it honestly. But they also knew self-contempt is poison. Respect for yourself, compassion for yourself is the medicine. I remember a time when I failed badly. I sat for hours tearing myself apart. But nothing changed except I grew weaker. Only when I said, "Yes, I failed. But I can learn. I can begin again. Did I find the strength to rise?" That's the secret. Your inner voice is the energy you must master. The world is harsh enough. Don't let your mind become another enemy. Make it your ally, your teacher, your guide. So tomorrow, when you wake up before the phone, before the noise, pause. Take a deep breath. Look in the mirror and say the words you need most. "I am strong. I am learning. I am worthy." Repeat them. Feel them. Let them sink deep. Because the truth is this: the words you speak to yourself create the world you live in. If you plant kindness, your world will be filled with strength, with peace, with hope. Remember this, the world will always test you. But if you have a steady ally within your own soul, no storm, no trial, no failure can break you. Practice number 4. Set intentions, not expectations. My friend, most mornings we wake up with a long list of expectations. We expect work to go smoothly. We expect traffic to be light. We expect people to be fair and kind. But the truth, it only takes one delay, one sharp word, one setback, and those expectations shatter. What's left? Frustration, disappointment, exhaustion. The Stoics saw this thousands of years ago. They taught expectations are chains, intentions are the compass. Expectations look outward. They demand control over things you cannot control, weather traffic moods, the chaos of the world. Intentions turn inward. They remind you. The only thing I truly command is myself, my actions, my choices, my character. Epictetus said it best. Make the best use of what is within your power and take the rest as it happens. Imagine this. You step outside expecting a perfect day. No interruptions, no problems. But life doesn't work that way. So when the unexpected comes, you're crushed. Now imagine instead, you start with an intention. Today, I intend to stay calm in every challenge. Then no matter what happens, you already have a guiding star. That's the power of intention. It's a lighthouse in the storm. It can't stop the waves, but it keeps you from losing your way. I've lived this myself. I once walked into a meeting expecting everyone to agree with my idea. Instead, I faced sharp resistance. If I clung to expectation, I'd leave angry, defeated. But when I shifted to intention, I intend to listen more than I react. Everything changed. Disagreement became an opportunity to practice patience, to find deeper truth. Do you see it? Expectations bind, intentions free. So how do you begin? Simple. Each morning, close your eyes for 1 minute. Ask, who do I want to be today? Don't ask what the world will give you. Ask what you will bring to the world. It could be, today I intend to act with kindness. Today, I intend to stay calm in adversity. Today, I intend to focus only on what I can control. These are small reminders, but they are seeds. Seeds that grow into strength when chaos strikes. The Stoics never promised an easy life. They promised a turbulent one. That's why intentions matter so deeply. Setting an intention is like putting armor on your soul. The world may be unfair, unpredictable, unkind, but you can still choose your response. So tomorrow morning, don't start with emails or the news. Start with a breath. Ask yourself, what quality will I carry into today? Write it down. Speak it out loud. Because intention is freedom. And when you begin with intention, you are no longer chained by expectation. You walk steady, knowing the storms outside don't decide who you are. You do. Remember this. Expectations drain you. Intentions empower you. Practice. 5. Morning journaling. My friend, have you ever woken up and instantly been swept away? Messages, emails, tasks, responsibilities. And then at the end of the day, you sit down and realize, I went through the whole day, but I don't even know if I truly lived it. That's what happens when we don't pause to reflect. And that's why the Stoics, masters of self-mastery, made writing a daily ritual. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, carried the weight of an empire, and yet he still wrote, not for the public, not for applause, but for himself. His meditations were nothing more than a journal, a private conversation with his own soul. From those pages, he drew the strength to carry the world. Morning journaling isn't about art. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be polished. It just needs to be honest. Because when you write, you take the vague thoughts in your mind and you make them clear. You turn chaos into order, anxiety into direction. So ask yourself, pen in hand, who do I want to be today? What challenges might come, and how will I face them? Just 2 questions, and already you've given your mind a map. Instead of being dragged by the world, you've chosen your path. Maybe you'll write, "Today I want to be someone who listens," or "Today I know challenges will come, but I choose to stay calm." Small words, but they are a promise to yourself. Think of it like a mirror. Each morning you write, you see your own soul more clearly. Day after day, week after week, month after month, your journal becomes a record of growth. You can look back and see how far you've come, how resilient you've become, what lessons you've learned. I remember mornings when I was drowning in anxiety projects, unfinished deadlines looming. But when I sat down and wrote today, I will focus only on what I can control. I will not let fear dictate my choices. That day, I carried a different kind of calm. That's the power of writing. It shifts you from reactive to proactive. You stop waiting for life to write your story. You step forward and declare, "I am ready." The Stoics believed every day is a chance to practice virtue. Writing is how you remind yourself of the virtues you choose: patience, courage, honesty, gratitude. And once it's written, it's planted, a seed in your soul. You might say, "I don't have time." But think again. Morning journaling doesn't need 30 minutes. It can be 3 sentences in 3 minutes. And those 3 minutes can reshape your entire day. So tomorrow, place a notebook by your bed. Before you grab your phone, grab a pen. Write down an intention. Write down a reminder. Write down the quality you want to carry. Then let those words guide you as you step out the door. Because, my friend, if you don't write your own story, someone else will. Remember this: writing isn't just recording. Writing is creating. Writing is reflecting. Writing is guiding. And every morning when you write, you choose to live your day not by accident, but with clarity, with meaning, with strength. Practice. 6. Negative visualization. My friend, most of us wake up with hope. We hope today goes smoothly. We hope people treat us kindly. We hope life plays fair. But the Stoics taught something different, something that might sound strange at first. They said, imagine what could go wrong. The Romans called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Sounds pessimistic, right? It's not. It's power. Because when you imagine challenges ahead of time, you prepare your mind. And when they come, because they will come, you won't be shocked. You won't panic. You'll be ready. Seneca wrote, "He who has anticipated adversity has robbed it of its power." Think about your own life. How many times have you said, "I wish I had prepared for this"? That's exactly what this practice gives you: mental preparation. Picture this: tomorrow morning you close your eyes. You imagine a coworker being rude, a plan falling apart, your car breaking down, someone criticizing you, and then you whisper to yourself, "If this happens, I will stay calm. I will keep my character. I will not be shaken." In that moment, you've already won before the battle even begins. But there's more. Negative visualization doesn't just give you strength, it gives you gratitude. Imagine losing what you already have: your health, your loved ones, the roof over your head. Suddenly, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. A meal, a hug, a quiet evening. They all become miracles. This is why the practice doesn't make you gloomy. It makes you alive. It doesn't fill you with fear. It fills you with appreciation. I once tried this in a stressful season of my life. I imagined losing my job. And in that moment, I realized instead of drowning in anxiety, I should be grateful. Grateful I still had work. Grateful I still had a chance to contribute, to learn, to grow. That shift turned pressure into purpose. It turned stress into strength. So remember, negative visualization is not despair. It's a shield. It reminds you that anything can happen, but you still choose your response. It reminds you life is fragile, and because it's fragile, it's precious. Tomorrow, try this. Close your eyes. Think of one hardship that could come. Feel it. Accept it. And then say to yourself, if this happens, I will remain calm. I will hold my virtue. I will not break. Then open your eyes. Look around. Your loved ones are still here. The roof is still over your head. Your heart is still beating. These are gifts. And now, you treasure them even more. Because, my friend, the one who prepares for adversity is never defeated by it. And the one who imagines loss will always live more fully with what they already have. Practice number 7. Move your body with purpose. My friend, have you noticed this? The body and the mind are never separate. A heavy, sluggish body pulls your spirit down. But a strong, energized body lifts your spirit up, makes you clearer, sharper, stronger. The Stoics knew this well. The body is not a burden. It's an ally. Epictetus once wrote, "Difficulties reveal what men are, and every morning movement, no matter how small, is training for the mind." It's a reminder. You're alive. You're strong enough to face whatever comes today. Now, moving with purpose doesn't mean running 10 miles. It doesn't mean lifting heavy weights for hours. It can be simple. Stretching as you get out of bed, a short walk outside, a few deep breaths with gentle motions. It's not about intensity, it's about intention. When you stretch your arms, you're saying, "I am awake. I am ready." When you breathe deep, you're whispering, "I am alive. I have strength." Think about mornings when you didn't move. Your body felt heavy. Your mind was foggy. Everything felt harder. Now think about the days when you did. Just a few minutes of movement and suddenly your brain was sharper, your breath deeper, your heart beating with life. I remember seasons when I was buried in stress, my head heavy, my spirit low. Then I tried something small. Instead of grabbing my phone, I stepped outside. I walked in the morning sun, just a few minutes, but the difference was massive. I walked into my day clearer, lighter, stronger. I realized movement is the simplest way to wake up the mind. The Stoics never chased the perfect body to show off. They trained a capable body to support the spirit, because courage is hard to stand on weak legs. But a body full of energy becomes the launch pad of a steady mind. So tomorrow, choose a morning ritual of movement. It can be yoga, push-ups, a short walk, or simply standing tall, breathing deep, and releasing tension. Do it with presence. Do it with purpose. Do it knowing you're training both body and soul. And as you move, remind yourself, I am alive. I am strong. I am ready for this day. Let those words sink in, not just in your mind, but in your muscles, in your breath, in your heartbeat. Because here's the truth. Your body is the bridge to your spirit. Treat it as an ally, not a burden. So tomorrow when the sun rises, don't sink into sluggishness. Stand up. Take a deep breath. Move your arms, move your legs, awaken every cell, and declare, I am alive, I am strong, I am ready. Because when you wake your body, you don't just wake your muscles. You awaken a courageous soul ready to walk through the day with steadiness and purpose. Practice. 8. Embrace discomfort early. My friend, we live in an age addicted to comfort. One tap and anything can be delivered. Fast food in 10 minutes. One button and the room is warm or cool exactly how you want it. The modern world whispers, take the easy way. But the Stoics taught the opposite: embrace discomfort early. Because they knew growth does not sprout in comfort. It grows in challenge. Seneca wrote, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor strengthens the body. And you don't need a crisis to train. Every morning is a battlefield. A cold shower. A few stretches when your body wants to stay lazy. A step into the sharp morning air. Small things, yes, but powerful rituals of will. Each one says, I am bigger than comfort. I am stronger than ease. Think back. The last time you avoided discomfort, maybe you hit snooze. Maybe you skipped the workout. How did you feel? Weak, unfocused. Now think of the times you leaned in, you finished the workout, took the cold shower, had the hard conversation. Didn't you feel alive, proud, strong? That's the power of embracing discomfort early. It's sharpening your sword before battle. So when the bigger storms of life arrive, you've already trained your courage. You don't flinch. These little acts also teach humility. Life doesn't owe you comfort. No one promised ease. And in discomfort, you learn gratitude for the hot tea after the cold shower, for the warm sun after the icy walk. I still remember the first time I tried a cold shower on a winter morning. My mind screamed, don't do it. Pick the warm water. But when the cold hit me, I woke up fully alive. And stepping out, I carried a quiet pride. I had conquered myself. That pride followed me all day, steady, focused, unshakable. The Stoics never chased perfection. They chased steadiness. And these small morning trials, they build that foundation. So tomorrow, pick one small discomfort. A cold shower. A quick workout when your body says no. A walk outside before the sun is up. And as you do, remind yourself, I am tougher than the lure of ease. I am stronger than comfort. I am ready for life's challenges. Because strength is not built in safety. It is forged in discomfort. And when you start your day by embracing discomfort, you send a message to yourself and to the world, I will not retreat. I will face it. I will grow. Remember this, ease makes you soft. Discomfort makes you strong. And if you choose hardship early, no storm in the day can ever bring you down. Practice number 9. Read or listen to wisdom. My friend, every morning is fertile ground, and the question is, what seeds will you plant? Because whatever you feed your mind in those first hours shapes the entire day. If you start with chaos, scrolling through arguments, endless negativity, breaking news, don't be surprised when your whole day carries that same chaos. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, still began his mornings reading and reflecting on the words of philosophers before him. He knew the mind is a garden. What you plant, you harvest. So ask yourself each morning, what will I feed my mind today? You can choose noise, or you can choose wisdom. You can waste an hour scrolling, or you can open a book, listen to a podcast, Hear one line of truth that sets your compass, and it doesn't need to be hours of study. Just a few minutes, one page, one paragraph, one sentence, one idea. If you let it sink in, it's like the morning sun warming your entire day. Picture this: instead of starting with the negative headlines, you read Epictetus. It's not events that disturb us, but our view of them. Instantly, your mind has an anchor. So when challenges come, you remember, this event doesn't define me. My response does. I remember one morning, instead of opening social media, I picked up a little book by Seneca. It said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." That day, I faced problem after problem, but instead of fear, I reminded myself, maybe I'm making it bigger in my head. The reality isn't so bad. And sure enough, everything felt lighter. That is the power of feeding your mind with wisdom in the morning. It clarifies your thoughts. It shapes your emotions. It guides your decisions all day long. The Stoics never left their minds unguarded. They protected them like temples. And every morning when you choose wisdom, you are doing the same, building a wall against the world's chaos, creating space for peace. So tomorrow, put the phone down. Don't rush into the noise. Pick up a book, maybe Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, maybe a short passage from Seneca, or a podcast on calm, gratitude, or resilience. And let those words seep into your heart, guide your mind, and walk with you out the door. Because, my friend, your mind is soil, and the morning is planting time. Plant wisdom, and you harvest peace. Plant chaos, and you harvest disorder. Choose carefully. Choose wisdom. Let every morning become a steady beginning where timeless words light the way for your day. And remember, one single sentence read at the right time can change how you live a day. And day by day, it can change your entire life. Practice. 10. Dedicate your day to service. My friend, a new day is not just a chance to work, not just a chance to chase personal goals. It is a chance to serve, to live for something larger than yourself. The Stoics believed what is not good for the hive is not good for the bee. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The bee is not happy unless the whole hive is happy." The true meaning of life is not in how much we keep for ourselves, but in how much we give, in how much we contribute to making this world better. And here's the beauty: service doesn't need to be grand. It lives in the small, simple things. A smile to a stranger. A moment of listening with full attention. Patience when others are impatient. A quiet act of kindness no one will ever see. Think back. The last time you helped someone, maybe just holding a door or giving a few minutes to listen. How did you feel? Almost instantly there was energy, a joy you couldn't explain. That is the power of service. When you give, you are also replenished. The Stoics never saw service as sacrifice. They saw it as the natural duty of being human. Because we don't exist alone. We are part of a family, part of a community, part of the whole. And when we live in service, we find purpose beyond ourselves. I've lived through seasons of chasing only my own success. The more I achieved, the emptier I felt. It wasn't until I gave my time teaching children, listening to a friend in crisis, working with integrity, that I understood the deepest purpose of each day is service. So tomorrow, ask yourself, who can I serve today? Whose burden can I make lighter? Even just a little. Maybe it's a stressed coworker, maybe a family member who needs care. maybe a stranger you'll never see again. When you live with a spirit of service, challenges look different. They're no longer obstacles. They become opportunities to practice patience, to practice kindness, to practice courage. And every small act creates ripples. Your kind word might be the spark in someone's dark day. Your smile might give someone strength to keep going. You'll never know the full reach of your impact. But trust me, it's real. And it's powerful. Life is not always easy. But when you step out each morning with service as your compass, you rise steady. You rise grounded. Because you know this day is not just about you. So tomorrow, when you open your eyes, whisper to yourself, "Today, I will not live for myself alone. Today, I will serve with kindness, with work, with heart. Today, my actions will be a gift to the world." And remember, each day you serve, you not only make the world better, you make yourself stronger. You make yourself meaningful. My friend, each morning is not just a repeat of another day. It is a promise, a chance to shape your mind, your heart, your soul, before the world shapes you. We've walked through 10 practices, 10 bricks. Placed together, they build a solid foundation for a life of strength and purpose. Stillness gives you presence. Gratitude opens your eyes to abundance. Intention guides you like a compass. Discomfort trains your strength. Reflection gives clarity. Movement awakens energy. Wisdom lights the path. Negative visualization prepares your soul. Kind words to yourself keep you steady. And service gives you meaning. These are not tricks, not quick hacks. They are pillars. They are foundations for a courageous, purposeful life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And every morning is your chance to live that out, not with words, but with action. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? Someone rushing, consumed by chaos, or someone steady, intentional, strong, and meaningful? The answer is not in one grand moment. It is in the morning, in the habits you choose, in the breaths, the thoughts, the steps you take when the sun first rises. Because, my friend, the way you wake up each morning is the way you live your life. Choose stillness. Choose gratitude. Choose intention. Choose strength. Choose clarity. Choose energy. Choose wisdom. Choose preparation. Choose kindness. Choose service. Do that, and you won't just change your mornings. You'll change your life. So tomorrow, when dawn knocks on your window, what will you do? Will you let it slip away like any other day? Or will you seize it and make it the beginning of a life lived with purpose? Choose wisely, because every morning is an opportunity, and that opportunity belongs to you.